incremental incapacitation. Most of our families, when they come in, it's not an all or nothing game. It's not, Grant, here's my significant other. They no longer can make any financial decisions. It is a slow progression, incremental incapacitation. And Joe, actually, if you would, just explain the heart of why you chose those words, because I think it's really going to tee us up for a great conversation.
When you look at most power of attorney documents or successor trustee documents, in the will or wherever it happens to be, it'll typically say that if a doctor declares you incapacitated, mentally or physically, or a judge says you're incompetent, then all of a sudden the successor trustee gets to take over, or the durable power of attorney kicks in, whichever. And I said 33 years earlier, it's 34 years this year that I've done this. I've seen people be in comas and car wrecks where it's pretty clear they are physically incapacitated. I've seen a couple put into facilities where it's pretty clear that they were mentally, that needed to happen. But doctors are very hesitant to sign off on that paper. Our chief operating officer is an MD. And Gary said, why would I want to be in court for the next 2 weeks? Right? Because if, my document said that originally, and let's say that Kaylee or Kendra or Barb decided to take me to court or take me to the doctor, and I'm combative, right? Emotionally, I don't want to give up control of everything. It just doesn't happen. I'm just telling you, in 34 years, you may have seen it happen to the people we take care of, it doesn't happen. And when I'm talking about over 2,000 families, I've really done this for a long time, 31 states. So it's not just Indiana. And, people that are family-loving people they just won't do it. So the way it's set up, Grant, it's a nuclear option. Mm-hmm. And, there are times when there are some decisions I should be allowed to make. Whether right. I want chocolate cake or broccoli, I should be allowed to make. Right. Whether or not I take a shower for the next 2 weeks, I probably shouldn't be allowed to make, right? Not paying my bills, not paying my taxes, deciding not to go to church. There are things that we do in our lives where if you don't do this, you probably ought to lose this role or this responsibility. And we created incremental incapacitation in such a way so that when I can't do some things, we're responsible for $655 million as of this morning, at the time of the recording of this show, right? If I'm not paying my home bills, it probably shouldn't be my name on that sheet of paper.
Right.
Is that fair?
That's
right?
fair.
Because at the end of the day, I'm the one's responsible, right? And so you have to think about that. And so it's incremental, right? So as my ability to do things goes down, then the roles and responsibilities that I have, the flexibility that I have, is diminished in such a way that I've agreed to it beforehand.